You want to grow your hair long. Okay. I find that there are two kinds of people who want to have long hair, but their hair feels like it's always short. The first group are the ones who are doing everything. They're doing all the things. They're following all the different YouTubers and influencers, following all of their routines, and nothing seems to work. And then there's the other group that don't want to do the work, but just magically want to have long hair. All right. I am talking to the first group because the second group, I can't help you if you don't want to put in the work. Because the reality is that when it comes to afro textured hair, black hair, our hair needs some TLC and it needs some help. It needs work. For most of us, me included, it's not just going to happen overnight. Here's the first thing that you are probably doing wrong. And this is what I hear a lot in my experience. And I've been doing this for over 15 years now. So the first thing is you're not washing your hair enough. Some people, it'll be like, oh, I wash my hair every other week. And I understand that wash day can be a full day, but here's the thing is that when you are waiting to wash your hair, you are one, drying your hair out, you are two, causing your hair to get more tangled, and three, that leads to breakage. If your hair is dry and brittle and you have those tangles, when you are detangling your hair, it's going to snap. Your hair is not going to have any of that snap back like an elastic rubber band would have. Okay, maybe you're like, I wash my hair every week. I am religious. I make sure I wash my hair every week. And then you're deep conditioning every single week. And I ask, well, why are you deep conditioning? One, I still see a lot of influencers talking about deep conditioning weekly. You don't need to deep condition your hair every week. If your hair is not damaged, you don't need to do that. You don't need deep conditioners. You don't need hair masks. You don't need protein treatments. You don't need any of those things if your hair is not damaged. Like, let's say your hair is blonde, like over here. This is someone who would need to start using treatments on their hair because they use color and that's damaged their hair and they want to maintain the integrity of their hair. But your hair isn't damaged. Your hair is dry, and deep conditioners are not the most effective way because first you have to understand why your hair is dry. And that could be one, you're not washing your hair enough. And two, if you're washing your hair weekly and you are deep conditioning every week, what might be happening is you're over moisturizing your hair. And when you do that, it weakens your hair so that your hair cannot hold on to that moisture. So you don't need to deep condition your hair weekly. You don't. Just use a good conditioner for your hair's porosity. So if your hair is low porosity, use a lightweight conditioner. If your hair is medium to high porosity, you want to use a conditioner with a little bit more emollients in them. The other thing is air drying. I still see creators talking about air drying their hair. And I'm not confrontational, so I don't go into their comment section saying anything. But yeah, stop doing that. Stop air drying your hair. And if you're one of those creators that's telling people that they should air dry their hair, please don't. Please don't. You're doing more harm than good. Similar with deep conditioning your hair every week. If you are air drying your hair instead of using some form of gentle heat to dry your hair, again, you are causing your hair to get hydro fatigue. You're getting weakening your hair. And I can tell you, you will know if your hair is weak, if it's limp, if it's lifeless, if you have straight stringy pieces just sticking out that's you're like, I don't understand. I don't use heat on my hair. That's a sign of hydro fatigue. If you notice your ends are a lot looser and limper, that's from the hydro fatigue. Your hair no longer has that integrity. So instead of air drying, you should be using some form of heat. Now, I recommend investing in a hooded hair dryer if you can, because I know it takes space Some people don't have the extra storage space for a hooded dryer. In that case, you can get a soft bonnet dryer and use that as an attachment on your blow dryer. That's actually how I have been drying my hair as of late because my hair is too long to be under my hooded dryer. So I've been using a soft bonnet dryer and it is just as good. And for maybe like 30 bucks, you can get a good one. And then you want to invest in a good blow dryer if you're going to do that. The other thing is you might have product buildup. Does this sound like your routine? You're using a low poo or a moisturizing shampoo every week because they tell you to stay away from sulfates. And then maybe you are deep conditioning every week because they tell you you should be deep conditioning. So you're using your regular leave-ins on your hair. Here's the thing that's happening is that one, that moisturizing shampoo should only be for people with damaged hair. If your hair is high porosity damaged, then you want to use a moisturizing shampoo. If your hair is not that and you're using a moisturizing shampoo, what's happening is that it's not effectively cleaning your hair. You're not removing all of the oils and the products that you have applied to your hair. And then you are deep conditioning on top of that. So now you're just piling and layering product over product over product. And you're using heavy products on your hair. That all leads to product buildup, which essentially is going to make it harder for your hair to absorb moisture. And thus your hair is dry. So if you feel like that's you, that's when you want to use a clarifying shampoo. Clarify when you have product buildup. Or if you went out on a night of the town and you use heavy products on your hair to get your hair into a specific style, then you want to clarify and follow up with your deep conditioner. Otherwise, you don't need it. Use a cleansing shampoo instead. Cleansing shampoos are your sulfates or a sulfate alternative. Think bubbles, something that's going to lather in your hair to bind to those oils and dirt to remove them. So you want to make sure you are cleansing your hair. Skipping that deep conditioner, using a regular conditioner based on your hair's porosity. The next is your leave-ins. Your leave-ins. Not all leave-ins are created the same. Some of them are made to be subpar, so you have to keep applying it. It's like by design. They want you to do that because then you end up buying more. Stick with a good leave-ins such as our moisturizing hair pudding or our sealing hair butter that uses natural oils and butters as part of their formula. That's what's going to smooth the cuticle to lock in that moisture so you're not reapplying or refreshing your hair in between your wash day. If any of these sound like you, I hope these tips help you in getting a good hair care routine so that your hair can thrive and you can start retaining length.